Hey everyone, so yeah, I'm in kind of a different space today. I'm sitting in my dorm's lounge because my roommates are home and I don't want to bother them, but I definitely need to film today. So today, welcome to March. We're finally getting into the springtime, hopefully. It was super warm last week, but now it's super cold and I'm like, what is going on? But hopefully that means spring is on the way. I have one more week and I'm on spring break and I am so excited. Okay, so today we're going to be talking a little bit. We finished covering Dark Mori all through February, and now, because it's March, we're going to start talking about Mori Kei. I have definitely mentioned this before. This is like the final installment of what is related to Strega. But Mori is really one of the main movements that started the Strega fashion and then what Strega is related to. So for a really long time, I always thought, and I think a lot of people thought that Mori Kei and natural Kei are pretty much the same thing. The only difference really that I've started to see in which the two diverge is in terms of rules and the aesthetics that each are trying to achieve. Mori Kei really started in the early 2000s, so like 2005 I think, or I guess that's like mid 2000s. I don't know how to do math. I'm a fashion major. And it was started by a woman in Japan named I'm not really sure. Choko? I'm just gonna, this woman, she kind of put out this huge list of rules for Mori girls. Okay, so she basically came up with a lot of the rules, or she came up with the unofficial rules of being a Mori girl, and there are 62, which is quite a lot. I have other videos of me going through them, so I am not really going to go too in depth on a lot of them. Like, I'm not going to read through the whole list like I did with Dark Mori, but it's a lot of lifestyle and fashion stuff, so it's a little different. A lot of people are still kind of saying, I don't really see the difference, and I think it's kind of dying out. It was a lot more popular in the early to mid 2000s, and I think that it still has a place on Tumblr and online, but it's still a little bit less well known. So basically, according to the rules, a Mori girl is supposed to be the aesthetic of a girl who lives in the forest, who lives in a cottage or in a tiny, just in the woods, but is not it's not dark Mori where she lives in haunted woods. It's like, hi, I'm I always kind of pictured in Kiki's Delivery Service where she goes into the woods and there's the lady who works there and it's the painter. That is kind of how I saw a Mori girl, but with more layering and not that lady's style is not Mori. But that kind of idea. They often go to you could often find a Mori girl in bookstores, any vintage clothing stores. Sorry, I have my list of notes and stuff over to the side, so if you see me glancing, that is why. She would be engaging in hobbies like taking pictures, having collections, just really nice, cute, aesthetic things. But the main fashion stuff really, the main silhouettes of the fashion are very iconic. By that I mean Mori Kei is pretty much only for women, unfortunately, or it seems at least to me, I've never really seen straight up Mori boy. I've seen maybe 3 or 4 pictures tops. I've seen a lot more dark Mori and Strega, non-binary and male wearers, but for Mori, I've not really seen it. I could just not be looking in the right place. If you do see stuff, link it down below for me, please. I need help. But for the most part, they're very particular about the fabrics that they use. It has to be very natural fabrics, very natural colors, stuff like that. Sorry, there's people, and I feel like they're watching. So basically, there's a lot of linens, a lot of knits, which is really cool and nice and warm, cable knit, stuff like that. Furs or faux furs, a lot of lace. Anything crocheted and anything that's hand done is very popular. And all of them are in really warm colors or light colors. So I have my light color on today. This is actually kind of a coincidence. But a lot of the main, instead of Strega, in Strega and Dark Mori, the main colors are whites and creams and very light colors. So I've seen some pastels, but for the most part it's earth toned because you're supposed to be living in the woods, and most likely you're not going to have that many artificial colors. So other colors that would be involved are dark navy, dark greens, any sort of like really dark reds I've seen, which is like really pretty with a white, I think. But they are all earth tones, so they aren't like bright fire engine red or anything like that. Okay, so in terms of wearing pastels, like I said, a lot of that actually has to do with like, I feel like when you incorporate pastels, it's really more of a spring thing, and then it kind of dies away once you get into the summer when you're wearing basically all white. A lot of that, if you're really into pastel stuff, there is something called Cult Party Kei, which is similar but again different in terms of like what you wear and like what the rules are. I don't really know the rules of Cult Party Kei. If you want me to cover it, I will, but I have no idea other than like the silhouettes I've seen. So I feel like that has a lot more pastel elements and more like cutesy elements into it than Mori. If you're a fashion designer like me, I'm often obsessed with like prints and patterns and stuff, so anything floral, anything vintage looking. I've seen a lot of stuff with like polka dots and like little tiny polka dots, and anything with like animals printed on them is really pretty and very popular. It's kind of like almost Lolita, but like not quite in terms of like the importance of patterns and stuff, but there's always layering in terms of Mori stuff, so you can layer a pattern thing under a plain thing and it'll look a little bit more wearable. Okay, so other than the fabrics and stuff, the main rule of Mori Kei is that you must layer pretty much everything. Like everything is a layer upon a layer upon a layer, basically. I have found that the bigger and fluffier the outfits, the more popular they are in terms of like getting notes on Tumblr and like seeing stuff on the internet, and like that A-line shape of Mori is so iconic. Like the very thin top into the A-line, very fluffy skirts on the bottom. In terms of like shoes and accessories and stuff, all of it has to be like really practical. So you won't really see too many Mori girls wearing stilettos and stuff. For accessories, definitely like a lot of knit stuff, like just as many scarves as you can basically in the winter, just like piled up so you're just like a little, just your eyes peeking out. Anything fluffy, like really like nice fluffy hats, mittens, anything like cutesy. I've seen not like kawaii kind of stuff, but like just sweet, like nothing, there's nothing scary about Mori. There's nothing scary or creepy about Mori in comparison to dark Mori or Strega. Like there aren't really too many aspects of like creepiness to it. I've seen in terms of like metals and stuff that are worn in dark Mori, I've seen a lot more, or excuse me, in Mori Kei, there's a lot more gold, a lot more warm toned things. Like pretty much everything is warm toned, so a lot of gold, a lot of rose gold, bronze. I don't really wear a lot of bronze. I say as I have this little, this used to be silver. I've just like, my body heat turned it like this orangey color. But I've seen a lot more warm things, so gold is definitely a big thing. If you look good in gold, that's awesome. Mori Kei definitely has an emphasis on natural beauty, which I think is really nice. So there's basically no makeup worn other than really simple stuff. I obviously cannot follow that because I am very heavy-handed, as you can tell with my fake ass eyebrows and natural lip color. And hello, my green hair, just doing its thing. They definitely go very much the natural understated look, whereas I've seen a lot more glam and like silvery sparkly stuff going on with dark Mori, and especially in Strega with like those long like stiletto nails and stuff, which are my favorite. Oh my god. Okay, so in terms of finding all your fashion, a lot of it is not able to be thrifted, unfortunately, just because it is so strict in what you can wear. So there are a lot of Mori girl shops. A lot of them are in like Japan and Korea and China and stuff. So definitely I can link some of those if you're interested, but I will be going over those a little bit more in depth next week when we talk about constructing Mori outfits. So I hope you found this very informative. If you have any questions, or if I didn't cover something, because I literally just got out of like 8 hours of class. I'm like, cool. Then yeah, for sure, let me know, and I'll be happy to cover it. So I'll see you guys later, and I love you, and goodbye.